Hello everyone, this is Othman and you are listening to Win Win English, your go-to podcast for leveling up your English skills naturally and effectively. Today, I want to dive into a common mistake that I've noticed a lot of English learners make, and honestly, it's something I used to do myself when I started learning the language. It's a mistake that seems harmless, but can really slow down your progress. So, where is the mistake? Okay, the mistake is relying too much on translation. So, a lot of learners will write down a word in English and immediately translate it into their native language, thinking that is will help them remember it better. But here is the thing, it doesn't really work in the long term. So why? Like, because the language isn't just about memorizing the word, it's about understanding how those words work in the real life situation. So translation can create a mental barrier between the word and its natural usage in English. So let's break this down with a simple example. So imagine you are trying to learn the word intricacies. It's a very hard word, but okay, this is going to be useful for you. It's like take it as a new word in your dictionary. So instead of just writing down the meaning in your native language, I want you to immerse yourself in the word. Okay, so what does intricacies mean? Okay, it refers to something that's detailed and complex. But rather than stopping here, I want you to ask yourself, where could I use this word in my life? For me, I'm a petroleum engineer. I'd say my field has many intricacies, details that make it challenging to master in this department. See, what I did there, I connected the word with something personal, something from my daily life. When you do this, the word doesn't just sit in your notebook, it becomes part of your active vocabulary. Now, I just want to point on an important point. Studies shows that most people need to encounter a word at least 5 times before they can fully remember it forever. But for some of you, I think for me either, it might take 50 times, and that's okay. The key is repetition in context. The more you use a word in a different sentences, the more naturally it will come to you when you speak. So let's try with another word. I am going to give you a very long word. It's maybe going to be also a difficult word, but it's okay. So we have the word circumstances. Circumstances refers to the conditions or situations you were in. So I'm going to give you a sentence for this. I had to relocate from my home because of the circumstances. There was a war, and my family and I had no choice but to move. So now, when I say the word circumstances, I don't need to think about its meaning. It flows naturally because I've used it in a real context, a context from my daily life. So, what is the takeaway here? Don't just memorize a list of words, engage with each word you learn. Spend time with it, use it in sentences that relate to your own experiences. Picture yourself using the word in a conversation, and the goal is not just to know a word, but to be able to use them without hesitation when the moment comes. This is how you move from learning a word to owning this word. So before I wrap up, I want to give you a little homework. Like, think of three words you've learned recently, and instead of translating them into your native language, try to create a situation where you can use each word. So write down a sentence, or even better, say it aloud. This practice will make all the differences in how naturally you speak English. And I think this is everything for this episode. And thank you for tuning in into this episode of Win Win English. And remember, the key of mastering any language is to keep practicing, keep listening, and most importantly, don't rush the process. Every word you learn is a tool that will help you to express yourself better. So take your time and enjoy the journey. Until next time, keep practicing and winning with your English. So take care of you. Bye bye.